any complicated, but most of the time you are using the for loop, so we are saving the time by studying only the for loop. And let me show you how the for loop works first. Before that, you need to understand little bit about, let's say, range function. What about the range function? Because if you have to loop over the combinations 000 to triple triple nine, you have you must have some kind of a range. Otherwise, how the Python would know? And to use the range, you need to know how to apply the range function. You only have to write the range. Let me do something. Let me provide range, and you can see your range has been already been defined if I provide any single entity item inside any single numerical integer inside the range function, let's say 5 or 10, it will change accordingly. See 0 to 10. But you are getting only the first point, let's say starting from 0 and going up to 10. But you are not getting anything. For now, just assume I'm using one of the data structure to store that same result inside this. So you will get the same output. See, you get the whole list of numbers inside this list. We're gonna discuss later what is the list. This is one of the type of a data structure. Now you can see it now. Okay. Is the screen not visible to you? Somebody is saying that. What are you? You are not able to see the collab notebook. Okay, let me do that again. Let me stop once again and try to share the screen again. Okay, let me know if my screen is visible to you guys. Okay, now it's visible. It's okay. It's fine. Okay, so we discussed that we gonna use the loop inside the programming language that is Python, and we discussed one of the example. Why do we need to use it? One example I have showed you, I've discussed with you. If I have to use the combination of a lock and the lock combination range is starting from 000 to 999, then I have to use for loop, some kind of a loop, so it will can go from every value of 000 to 999. So for that, I need to create some range function. Before understanding the loop, we have to create some range function. Let's say I have created this range and I have provided one number 10. So it is giving me the range 0 to 10. Okay, let me provide another number 5. Now it is giving me the number 0 to 5. It is giving me only the starting and the end point. But the thing is, I want to see what kind of a things inside this range. So I used one of the data structure that is a list. And I provided the same function. I copied this and inserted that inside this. So you will get something like this. So one thing is very clear to us, whatever the single digit we provide in the range, that is the endpoint. Fine, that is your endpoint. If you provide any single thing, that will be your endpoint. Let's say if I give him the starting point as well, 1 to 5. Now I can also define my starting point as well as my ending point. But the thing is, if the one single digit has been provided as an input, it will take it as an endpoint. Means your last point is 5, 10, or any other number you provide inside that. So what will happen by default? See, it is taking starting from 0, but you can change it to wherever number you want to start it from. Let's say 3 to 10. Guys, can you notice whenever I provide any number for the endpoint, there always the result will be n minus 1. Have you noticed that? Like I have provided 10, let's say 11 this time, so 10 will come because n minus 1 is following. So range, what the range function do, it will take three arguments. First it will start, then is the end point, and it can also take one more argument, that is your jump. Okay, we can try and see that also. What is the jump? Range, let's say I want to start from 3 and go to 20, and my range jump will be 2. See, so I can able to manipulate that range, but I need some data structure as well to store our result, and list is your data structure that we're going to discuss later. But right now we have to see the result. So you can see the jump inside your question. Did you get that? How to create the range? Everybody. So everybody has a Python access, like everybody is able to open this collab. So everybody has the access to the collab, because I will give you some question after like doing 3 topics. I will give you some questions you can practice simultaneously, and when the topics end, I will share the whole complete notes of a Python with you. So one more thing, this range now going in a positive direction. Let's say 3 to 20, after 3 will be 4, 5, 6. What if I want it to go into negative direction? Let's say I want it to, let's say I want go to from 3 to minus 20, and let's see it will work or not. Guys, you can see the list is empty. You know why? You know why the list is empty? Because we have to go from 3 to minus 20. And if there the number was 3 to 20 and the jump was positive, then everything is fine. But I want to go in the negative direction. So jump should also be negative. But is it possible to, by default your jump is 1. But is it possible to go without with the positive jump? So we have to take the negative jump. Why negative jump? Let's say small number 10. Okay. Why negative? Because only you can move from smaller number to larger number with the help of a positive jump. Okay. Shrey, let me explain that, then you can ask anything you have a doubt. What, let's say if I have to go any smaller number to larger number, okay, then everything is fine. Then positive jump, by default your positive jump is positive. If you don't provide any jump, then it means Python will treat it as a positive jump. Okay, what if you want to move bigger number to smaller number? Is it possible to go with the plus one? No, you have to decrease the number, na? That's why I take the minus one, because minus 10 is a smaller number than the 3, guys. If you are good with okay with the mathematics, is it clear? Okay, ask me whatever was the confusion so I can explain it to everybody. What is the confusion? I am saying, just listen guys, if I have moved 3 to 10, अगर मुझे 3 से 10 नंबर पे जाना है तो मैं कैसे जाऊंगा? I will create 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, and 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Okay, next I say कि मुझे 3 टू माइनस 10 जाना है, पर मैं कैसे जाऊंगा आप बताओ ना? मैं 3 के अंदर प्लस 1 करता हूं तो क्या होगा, बताओ? 4। बट अगर मैं 3 के अंदर माइनस 1 करता हूं तो क्या आंसर आएगा गाइस? सेम चीज ही तो की मैंने, माइनस तो जा रहे हैं हम, 1 के अंदर -1 इज इक्वल टू 0। आप अगर इतनी मैथ्स नहीं कर सकते तो आप मशीन लर्निंग पे कैसे करोगे फिर उसे, बताओ। देखो माइनस जा रहे हैं हम, -1। अगर आपको मैथ्स का ये करना नहीं आता तो गाइस ये तो बहुत बड़ी बात है।
सर, हेलो।
हाँ जी।
सर, जो इंडेक्सिंग नंबर होते हैं वो स्टार्टिंग पॉजिटिव नंबर से लास्ट तक जा सकते हैं ना?
देखो नंबर कहीं पे भी जाए, आप सिंपल ये याद रखो, अगर पॉजिटिव जंप बाय डिफॉल्ट है तो छोटे
यस
से
सर।
बड़ा जाएगा,
हाँ।
है ना। अभी हमने
और
रिजल्ट
जैसे कि
देखा, वो आया नहीं। अब मैं माइनस, देखो नंबर लाइन कहाँ होती है, आप नंबर लाइन ड्रॉ करते हैं, नंबर लाइन कुछ ऐसे होती है। देखो नंबर लाइन कुछ ऐसे होती है, -5, -4, -3,
यस
-2,
सर।
-1, 0। फिर क्या आएगा उसके बाद, सॉरी, 0
-1।
नहीं, -1 कैसे आएगा?
सॉरी सर, ठीक है। मैं 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6।
ठीक है। तो गाइस
हाँ।
आप देखो ना, आपको अगर नंबर लाइन पे मूव करना है, 0 to 4 जाना है तो पॉजिटिव है, ये तो पॉजिटिव जंप है आपकी। 0 के बाद 1 2 3 4, ये तो पॉजिटिव है। अब मान लो मेरे को 4 से -5 जाना है, तो क्या मैं पॉजिटिव जंप से जा सकता हूँ? अब बताओ, अगर मुझे 4 से माइनस इस साइड जाना है, नेगेटिव की साइड, तो मेरी जंप कैसी होनी चाहिए? माइनस में होगी। तो अब पता लगा, अगर हम इस पैरामीटर में अगर सिर्फ ये डिफाइन करते हैं ना, देखो सिंगल कोई भी नंबर करते हैं, ये क्या है आपका बाय डिफॉल्ट, क्या है इसे पाइथन क्या ट्रीट करेगा, 5 को, ये आपका एंड पॉइंट है
इंट
बाय डिफॉल्ट। अब आप
इंटीजर
इसमें कोमा के साथ दो नंबर प्रोवाइड करते हो, 1 to 5। अब ये क्या है?
रेंज।
लेट मी नो, व्हाट इज दिस? स्टार्ट एंड एंड, इट मीन्स
स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट एंड
दिस
एंडिंग
इज a
पॉइंट।
starting point and ending point.
एंडिंग
But
पॉइंट।
if I'll provide three arguments, let's say these three. Now this is your jump. Now I am defining the jump as 1. If I don't define the jump as a 1 or anything, it like Python already know the +1 jump is by default stored in the system. So if you won't even define like we did here, like we did here, 3 to 1, we haven't defined any kind of a jump, but by default it is taking 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 5 plus 1, 6 plus 1. But when we change our jump like this, +2, then the jump is also changed. You can also define 1, two,
ओह, अच्छा।
3, whatever you want, how many jump you want it to take.
हम्म।
Okay,
ओके सर।
I take 1, the result is same like above.
हम्म।
If I will take the 2, it will taking the odd even places.
सर, जितना पॉजिटिव नंबर लेंगे उतना प्लस होता जाएगा और जितना माइनस लेंगे उतना
Yes,
माइनस हो जाएगा। है
yes,
ना?
yes,
ओके
yes.
सर, ठीक।
I have showed you the same. So I
ओके
am
सर।
saying the 3 is your smaller number and the 11 is your bigger number. If I have to move to smaller number to bigger number, I have to +1 my jump. Then if I have to move some bigger number to smaller number, let's say, let's remove the minus for some time. If you are confusing with minus, let's remove the minus for some time. Let's say my number is 11 and I will move to 3. Now you can tell me it will work or not. Now you can tell me. No worries, if the wrong, everything will come. Let's see. The list is empty. Can anyone tell me why? Because I just explained that to you. Because guys, the
स्टार्ट
we are moving to bigger
सर।
number to smaller number and the jump is positive by default. We have to do the jump negative. It will work. See, we have to decrease the number. In the number line, we have to go from the bigger number to smaller number. Bigger number is your 11 and we have to go to the left side. देखो हम number line पे left side में जा रहे हैं. See, we are moving to the bigger number to smaller number. See, 4 is a bigger number, minus 5 is smaller number. We are going in this direction, left. When you have to go to the left, try to draw the number line and try to understand from that where we have to move according to that. Is it clear, or I can give you more examples? Let me know. So guys, if it's clear to you, then can you tell me, let's say I can complicate this much more so you will have a good idea. Now I will have to move from minus 1. First you tell me which is a bigger number and which is a smaller number first. Just tell me that.
-1,
And minus 9 is,
smaller,
so we have to move from,
9, -9.
we have to move from minus 1 to minus 9 and it is going left direction. Will the
Yes.
positive jump work or not?
No, sir.
Okay. See, if we go positive, it would not work. Why? Because we have to move in the left direction. I have to go from bigger number to smaller number. If we take our jump as a negative, it will work, guys. And why the minus 9 didn't come? Because I told you already. The last number will be skipped. Whatever will be the last number, what will happen to that? What will happen to the, you can see, 11 in this? What happened to that? 11 minus 1. Always there is a process of a n minus 1. Fine. Last number will be excluded from the list always. कुछ भी try करके देख लो आप. 10 करोगे 9 आएगा. Sorry. 10 करोगे 9 आएगा. 9 करोगे 8 आएगा. By default कम हो रहा है. You have to understand how the Python will create the range function. If you are clear with this, let me know. So here what happened? When you have taken minus 1, I told you ना n minus 1. n minus 1 आप told you. So n क्या है यहाँ पे? बताओ -9. -9 में क्या करना है? -1. और आपकी जंप क्या है? It will coming as a 8, -8. So guys, everyone has opened their collab notebook. Everyone. So can I give you one question?
Sir, I'm getting an error in opening my collab.
Why is that? Because I haven't done anything to your collab till now.
I
Do you
don't
have a
know,
Google
sir.
account?
I have used it earlier, but now I'm getting an error.
Then try to open that with another email ID. Try to create another mail ID.
Okay, sir, I'm trying.
This is a very basic question, but you have to understand how to write this thing into a Python. Okay, let me tell you the loop first. Otherwise, we will confuse with this question. Let's understand some loop part. Then we will do question like this. So let me show you how the loop will work. Yes, you can use Jupyter, whichever environment you are more comfortable in. Guys, see this carefully who doesn't know anything about the loop, because you will get confused if you miss any kind of a section or part inside this. Let's say this is a for loop. Fine. What if I have to use some iterator? Let's say you have to loop on, let's say, this iterator. Just consider this. I will tell you what it's doing. Inside, in the range. What will be the range? Let's take any range right now. Let's say range 10. Okay. Now, how can I see where will the my iterator will working? Let's use the print statement. See, inside the for loop, you have the same control statement like column, and it is also taking some space before the print. If you are not using this space, the print command will not work. You have to write that code after for loop inside the for loop. Inside the for loop, you have to use the indentation. Let's say I want to print this iterator. Why this iterator? Because the iterator is the thing that is going one by one every step inside the loop. Let's see. I am not using any list this time, but you can see your result. So I can show you so many example with this for loop. We're gonna use this for loop. Now I am using the loop in the range function. In future, it may be a possibility that I can use this loop inside several other things in the Python. So it can be a possibility that we're gonna use this for loop. Same. So guys, I was asking to give you a question regarding loop. Say you have to find the sum of a numbers 1 to n. 1 to n's mean whatever number you will define inside n, your code will able to find that part. Let me show you uh, sum of all numbers from 1 to n. Okay, okay, let me define my n. Whatever value I will provide inside the n, the number will be come inside that. Let's say I will define my n is equal to 15. Okay, then what I will use the for loop to do this kind of a task. Let's say iterator again. This time you can write anything instead of this iterator. In range, guys, I am gonna modify my range this time. I am putting the n. Have you understood why I put the n inside my range? I want everyone to understand that thing, guys. Why I'm not doing 1 to 15? Because here my question is 1 to n. You can also define 1 here if you're confusing with this. Guys, is this code correct? Tell me, is
Yes,
the
sir,
code?
correct.
Why, guys? I told you na, whenever you define any endpoint in
Sir,
the range,
n plus 1 will be there.
guys, I told you na, whenever you define any last point inside the range function, it always will be the n minus 1. So what we can do to compensate that for that thing? Can we do this? Can we do this? So our n minus 1 will won't able to affect this. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Now I can print what I have to print. You tell me.
And
So guys, I need to add all these number where the number will be stored, because they're gonna add like this. 1 plus 2, a number will be 3, and the 3 will be again added to 3, the number is 6, and the 6 is added to 4, and it will become 10. It will go something like this. So we have to store when the first number is added to second, and when the sum is added to third number, when the sum is added to fourth number. We need some variable. Can we define the variable? I told you na, to define the variable. And what will be the sum in the beginning? Everyone clear with that? I have to create the zero as a sum. This is a final sum. Is this clear? Now, the I have to update this final sum. कैसे अपडेट करेंगे? देखो, इसके अंदर हम ऐसे करते हैं ना, final sum we will add what I have to add. Guys, if you able to understand this, our problem is solved. Just let me know.
Iterator.
So I want everyone to understand what I have to add inside this. Why am I adding iterator? Is everyone clear with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just ask me what you haven't understand, because this is the simplest code. Okay, no worries. देखो, रेंज क्या है हमारी? कुछ ऐसे होगी ना, लेके 15 तक, है ना? अभी मैंने आपको कोड शो किया ऊपर. आइटरेटर पे हम कर रहे हैं, तो आइटरेट किस पे कर रहा है? वो रेंज पे तो कर रहा है. तो आइटरेटर सबसे पहले किस पे जाएगा? फिर यू आर क्लियर विद दिस थिंग? ओके, अगर वो इन सब पे जाएगा तो पहले वो 1 पे जाएगा. ठीक है, पहले वो नंबर क्या बना? 1 बना. जब आइटरेटर रेंज में पहले 1 पे गया तो आपके सम में 1 को स्टोर कर दिया. मैं ये तो कर रहा हूँ. फाइनल सम 0 है, उसके अंदर फाइनल सम को ही तो स्टोर कर रहा हूँ. आइटरेटर 1 पे है तो पहले 0 के साथ 0 + 1 क्या होगा? ठीक है,
1.
आपके फाइनल सम में 1 स्टोर हो गया. द 1 इज स्टोर्ड इन योर फाइनल सम. ओके, देन आइटरेटर विल गो टू. Okay, 1 is already stored. 1 + 2, it is updating. The condition is updating. 3. Okay, 3 stored is again in this final sum variable. Okay, then it will go to 4. 3 + 4, oh sorry, 3 + 3 6, and 6 + 4,
10.
so it will go up to like the n number we have provided here. Like let's say any number you can provide. You can check 1000, 20,000, 998, whatever you want to check. So now our condition is clear. So guys, the question is, if I will write the print statement inside the same loop, what I have to print? Tell me.
Final sums.
Okay, I am gonna print the statement in 2 ways. One outside, one inside. Okay. What will happen when I write the print statement inside the for loop? Now it will show every result. 1 + 1, 2, 3, 3 + 3, 6, 6 + 4. But I will write outside now, it will show me the final sum only. I can show you both condition one by one. You can see the same result. 0 + 1 1, 1 + 2 3, 3 + 3 6, 6 + 4 10, 10 + 5 15, and it will go up to 15. You can also calculate this the same thing, and n + 1 by 2 is the formula in the mathematics. Has everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
So see, if I change this print statement here, and I am taking only the print statement. See, this above one is green one, not code one. You will only get this final result. Is this code clear? Because I have discussed so many things inside this single code. We learn the reassignment operator again and again, updating the condition, print statement inside the for loop, outside the for loop. Try to understand this code. Yes, this is the normal print. it will show only the last record that has been stored in the end, and it will show every record inside this loop क्योंकि ये loop के साथ साथ चल रहा है print statement. So guys,
सर इसमें
mm-hmm,
हेलो
go on.
सर इसमें इफ एल्स का भी यूज होगा क्या?
We already did that, na? Who are you?
इफ सर ऑनिक.
Onik, we did that yesterday. If we have to use that condition again, I will show you that. We already showed you, na? If and else statement, multiple if else.
यस सर.
Yeah. So I want every one of you to write this simple code. This is a very simple, but I want to use you to use the for loop and generate this. Print all number from input n to 1. But condition is where your n is less than greater than 1. Okay guys, can you do that? We already did something like that in a range. You have to do the print with the help of a for loop. I want every one of you to write the code for this question. Has L like question is understood to everybody? I want to know.
Yes, sir.
Any one of you won't able to understand the question? Can ask me. Guys, n is a greater than 1. It means it is a bigger number. You have to go from the bigger number to smaller number. You have to use the negative jump and print the statement in the for loop.
Sir, done.
I want every one of you to try this code. This is nothing but a
Done,
simple
sir.
tool. Yes, you can take input as well. Don't If you don't want to take input, then you can use it otherwise as well. Let me define and do the code for you. Let's take our iterator only one I as of this time. I in range. Okay. I asked you to go from n to 1. This is our thing we have to achieve. If you understood this, then we can go further. The code you have written, okay, there is a problem in that. One thing I will tell you. Okay. No worries, I will show you. Guys, you have to use the negative jump. Simple. Okay. Now I want you to print that. What you have to print? You have to print the I. You won't have to take a sum of that. Okay. If you have taken the sum. And guys, can you see that if you are taking 1 and you are getting 2, what I have to do to get 1 in the end? That is a tricky question that
Zero, sir.
everybody is doing a mistake. Everybody is doing this mistake, and it's no worry. We will learn what's the main problem in that. Guys, can you able to do the same code without using negative jump? Can you find that logic? Can you do that without negative jump? Try to think. If I have to do the same thing, but I don't have to use the negative jump. Okay, if I don't have to use the negative jump, then I have only this condition. For one, because I cannot use the negative jump now. But I want to print my number in reverse. Then try to think the logic. You can easily do that. Yes, you can if else condition, but we will use the basic logic. Then it is very easy thing. Reverse function also you can use the reverse function. That is a already generated function. Now you don't have to use any other thing. But you can use some logic. It will do that for you. What if I will minus the iterator from n? Won't it work like that? If I will do this, let's say, won't that it will do the same thing? No, without you have to use the negative jump. See, I'm not using a negative jump, but let's say I've taken 15. In the beginning, it was it was 1. Let's say I have taken 10. In the beginning it was 0. It has started like the 1, the starting 10, and the 10 minus this n minus 1. Let's say I've taken 1, it's become 11. 11 minus 1, 10. Okay. 10 minus 1, 10 minus, sorry, 11 minus 2, 9. 11 minus 3, 8. 11 minus 3, 7. See, I haven't used any uh, negative function, range function. I just use my basic logic. I will subtract the range last term from the iterator, because iterator is also moving in the positive direction. So we print that directly, and this is some trick. No worry if you won't able to understand this. It's not a very big thing, but I want you to. I can explain every question, guys. No worries. It's up to you. If you are taking too much time for the basic thing, then most of the time will be in that. Okay. What will be my 10? What will be my n, guys? Okay. So I have already done 10 plus, because I'm printing the n, na? Because I'm printing the n. I'm not printing directly I. Just consider I am printing the n, and I am consider already you, and n is, let's say n is like this. Then I am, let's see what have taken the n. Okay, n is 10. If n is 10, guys, n is 10, and I am doing the iterator. The iterator in the beginning, what is the iterator? What is the iterator in the beginning? Iterator is I, but what is the value of iterator in the beginning, na? Because I defined my range 1. Okay, but I am also adding the plus 1. So what will be the answer? Okay, then my n is 10, because I already defined that. Now my iterator is, the answer is, clear, guys? Okay. So has anyone the question regarding the loop? That's great. Let's move to the basic function, how you can define the function. Okay. First, I can tell you what are the functions and why do you need function. Function is some set of instruction that can be called. Let's say you write very big code and you don't want to write that code again and again. But once you can define the function in the code inside the function, you can use it multiple times. Throughout your program, wherever you want it, you can just write the function name and the argument inside that. I will show you how, and you can use that. That is the first. Let me tell you very in a simple way how to define any function. Let's say I am defining some function. You have to write only def. Def is the keyword to define a function. When you write a def, it means you are going to define a function. Is this clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I can, let's say, give a name, whatever name you want to give. Whatever name you want to give, you have only follow the condition that I have used for the variable naming. That's it. And you can do the parenthesis. Parenthesis is mandatory, and the colon, and your function is defined. This is the only process. Sorry, I have to provide something. Otherwise, we can also pass it. I will tell you what that is. You only have to define this line, and your function is done. Your function is done. This is the process only to define a function. Now the thing is what I want to put inside my function. Whatever you want to put. Any mathematical logic, any print statement, anything. Let's say arrange the food for the guests. Let's say when your function is defined. Okay. Now your function is defined. Now we have to see how to call your function. You have to only write the function name and use the parenthesis with that. And your function is called. And you will get the result, whatever the logic and operation and the code you have done inside your function, the same way that I have written. Is this clear to you? That's great if this is clear to you. Let me show you one more thing. So we have to complete this functioning as a past. Otherwise, there are so many topics we have to cover. Okay. Now, let's say I will take the same function. You want to use some person inside this, let's say guest one, and you want to print the name for the guest one. You don't have to use the string because now you are using the inputs inside the function. They are nothing but your arguments. Whatever arguments you can use, 1, 2, 3, it's up to you. I will differentiate how they are different from each other, what kind of arguments we can give. Simply, we have provided some guest or name. You can also take a name, whatever you feel fine. Let's say I'm gonna use some string formatting, so no worries, we're gonna explain that to you as well. Uh, I will call your function, but this time function will not be called because you can see your type of error for this function because you are missing one required positional argument that you are the name of the argument is name, so you have to provide some argument. So I have defined name. I can also define the age, name, whatever the thing I required to put inside. Let me provide some name. So you can see your function will work like this. You can use some logic and you can use that argument that you have written inside your function argument. You can use that argument in whichever way you want. I will tell you later what is this curly brackets, how to use in a string formatting way. So is this clear how to call the function? You can define one more thing. Rajiv and his cousin. Okay, sorry. Relation define कर देता है. Relation. You can also use the multiple print statement and use that argument. Now I am going to call the same function, but this will not work. Why? Why, guys?
Relation, sir, relation attribute need
See, I have
parameter में दिया.
defined the two arguments, but I have provided only one. I have provided the both. This is the condition. Let's say, is your uncle. So, is it clear to you guys, like how the function and their argument works? Let me know if you have a difficulty with that.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Okay, no worries. Ask that.
Sir, why are we using this F in printf statement?
What we are using?
F, sir, F, like
This is for the string formatting. No worries, I'm gonna tell you why the F is using. When I'm gonna teach you the data structure as a string, I'm gonna tell you what is a string formatting.
It is a float.
You only try to see this is how to define this function and how I'm using the argument in the function inside the print statement. Prepare the food, but food for what? The name. Name is your argument. That is your string thing that you want to print with this name, whatever I will provide, put inside this name. So is it clear, guys? If you are clear, I can add one more thing to this. Let's say whenever there is also a thing, you don't have to write always print. You can also use the return. Okay, that's all for today. Let's see. This print function will do the same thing as your print command. We will see what is the difference. See, you are also getting the same thing when I use the return function. But the thing is, if I use are you clear that I have written the use the return statement instead of a print? Everyone.
So return function is also used in C now.
Okay, try not to put to so many languages here because others have no idea about that. So try to stick this one with this. You will understand. Let them understand according to only through the Python's perspective. Otherwise, they will confuse. So guys, let me shuffle this print statement on the second row. So you're gonna see this result. Just see this carefully. This is your result. So we gonna execute the new commands. We only put our return into the second line this time instead of a third one. So I'm going to print that again. I'm going to first execute your function and I'm going to print it again. So you can see how your result has been changed. So what is the thing? You can write as many print or any other code statement, but whenever you write the return in the function now, your function will means it is concluded. Function end here. Function will not gonna do a single line more than that. Not gonna execute any line after that. You can see by yourself. Just have a look at the code. The the function ends. The function ends. The function ends. The function will not execute any command after that. That's the difference you need to understand. So you can use print, return, it's your choice, but I prefer you to try to learn the use of a return because return we're gonna use the return most of the time. Most of the time you're gonna see the return in the end. Whenever you see the return in the end, the function will over. So these are the position arguments. Clear? These are your positional arguments. But you can also use this directly like this. But there is a problem I would like to show you first. Let's put our return statement in the end again. Okay. What will happen, guys, if I will shuffle this position? Won't it be the problem?
Yes, the result will be interchanged.
Result will be interchanged, na? Then it can cause a problem. So we have an option. You can use them wherever you want. No worries. All you have to do, define their keyword. Now they becomes keyword argument. You can define wherever you want. If you tell them na function the keyword of that argument, so it can won't worry what is the order for that.
It will fix ना फिर मतलब आपने
It will you use the keywords for that. Now it is
हाँ
known as a keywords argument. Earlier they are
ओके
the positional argument. They are the position. You have only have to provide the name and after the relation these are the position. Now these are the keywords argument. Here they are working as a keywords. Now these are the keywords.
ओके सर
So guys, can you define a little very simple function for me? You have to use the simple interest. Try to define the argument principal, time and rate as your argument and calculate the return or calculate the interest and return the interest on that. Just do that simple thing. Calculate तो तीन चीजें यूज करनी प्रिंसिपल रेट एंड टाइम आप ये करो Just do that simple function, so you will able to know how to define a function. Everybody, I'm giving only 3 to 4 minutes. If you won't able to access the collab, just write it anywhere on your system and give me the function in the chat box so we can see that.
Sir, it is correct.
Yes, your logic is like, yes, you have calculated, you have used the compound interest formula, I think.
Yes, sir.
So I asked only simple interest, but still you are minus the amount from the principal. Okay, you are getting same thing if you are doing it for 1 year, but you are doing for 3 years, the simple interest won't be calculated by the compound interest. Simple interest. Guys, I want you to do that in a function. I want you to use the function. I know you can define the variable and can do that. I want you to define the function. Some function.
Okay, sir.
Try to do this on function. Okay. It is a defined function, PRT. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it will work. Try to use a return statement instead of a print statement. I want every one of you to do that. Anand, try to use multiply in the return part P into R into T.
Sir, by default, it's not allowing stars
Okay,
continuous
okay.
manners.
Okay. Okay. So I can show you one more interesting thing, guys, for your understanding. Okay, let me prepare a simple interest. Let's define P R. Okay, these arguments are the positions. Are you clear with that concept? Have you still any doubt? P and R. Let me define one as the keyword that was like already predefined. I will show you two cases. I'm gonna do it in a detailed manner so you can able to understand that. 150. Okay. 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 What the I have done. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Let's let's take this one another time. Now it's clear. Guys, now I have to call the function. I can use as many times I want it to be. Let's define it 5000 principal and time is 3 years. C, because I already defined R as your keyword and P and T is your positional. Let's say, is it possible I can do this? My main motive is to teach this. Can I do this? Can I do this? I cannot. You guys can read what the Python is saying. What are you understanding from the statement? Can anybody tell me?
T is not a default argument, so it will require a value while calling.
Okay, okay, let me explain to you. What will happen? P and T, what are these? These are your position. Fine. Keyword argument cannot came before position. First, you have to provide the all positional arguments. Then only you can use the keyword like this. Now it will work. It will not cause any error. You can see, because I have to define positional arguments always before the keyword arguments. This keyword argument, this time I defined in the while I'm making the function. Okay, while I'm making the function. So you guys are thinking, sir, what about if I want to change the rate of interest? Yes, you can change the keyword argument. Let's say bank has increased the interest rate 5 to 5.8. It will work. 6. It will work. It will override your keyword argument. Or you can also do something like this. No worries. It will also take this. See. Let me shuffle that as well. If you are providing keywords, I have done all the things again in a different way. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear?
Yes.
Can I ask you
Yes,
one
sir.
question? Can I ask you one
Yes,
question
sir.
then? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this function will work or not? I just showed you the same thing.
No, sir.
Why?
Because normal keyword argument is defined before the normal argument.
Yes, yes, guys, it's gonna cause a syntax error. See, but if I'll write it here, yes, it will work. So there is a concept of a global variable and local variable. You won't have to understand that deep. So is this function clear to you, everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, that's great. Since the function is clear to everybody, then I can teach you one more thing. That is lambda, because you're gonna use the lambda sometime. What are the lambda? I can explain to you. What if you have to write one function, but you don't want to use again and again? You only want it to do only one time. You only want to do the only one time. Let's say I have defined the function random, any random function. I have defined the variable x and I want to return x uh, plus 10. It is a very simple function because I need to use the same function for a lambda, so I am defining that. Clear? So let's take, so it takes variables but allow only one expression. I didn't get your question. Can you explain that? What do you want to, can you explain in a more clear manner? Various variable but allow only one expression. I'm not able to hear your voice. You can type. Guys, is this function clear to you that just I defined it here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now the question is, I don't want this function to be made like this. Why I will write every time def with such small things. I want something simple that I can use only once. I cannot you have to use that again and again. So I can let me use another. I can use a lambda function. For the lambda, you can write the same thing, but in a different manner. You have to define the lambda like this. This is your lambda. Lambda is your keyword. Now I have to do the same operation that I have written in the function because I have taken the simple one, so you can able to understand that properly. After the lambda, you can define the variable you want to use in your expression. Let's I defined x and I want to do x plus 10. That is the operation I want to perform. That's it. Your lambda function is done. But it needs some variable also to call it and define it. Let I will define a random one this time. Now your function is stored. Now I can use the lambda function, random one. Okay, the same in this manner. Okay, it's a random, not rand. It's random. Is this clear? Is the lambda function clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Plastic, you can ask whatever.
Sir, I have a
Yes, go one by one for sure.
sir. What is difference between this lambda and the traditional function method?
The lambda function cannot, the function is unique. When you define the random na, you cannot use it for another purpose. That the function is only once. But is random can be reassigned again and again. Its value is not permanent. That the lambda is like only to execute it once. You only have to provide it here, different. But whenever you provide the random one to a different value, it will can take the different value. But the random value that has been defined as a function, that is fixed to that as a function. As a function that is fixed to that. The function can be used again and again as many times you want it to be. But lambda is for like typical only, you have to use it only once. Single written statement, you can say it can be easy to write. Sometimes you have to reuse something very fast. इज द सिंगल एक्सप्रेशन है ना, आपको फंक्शन की तरह डिफरेंट रिटर्न रिटर्न कुछ नहीं करना पड़ता. इससे सिंगल एक्सप्रेशन यू कैन राइट इन अ सिंगल लाइन. Even the code is bigger, you can write in a single line. If the code is very bigger, why you write in a single line? You will try to use a function for a very defined and a well maintained code. You have to write 8-10 line. Why we will define in a single expression? For a simple things, you can use the lambda, and complicated and things you want to repeat again and again, you can use a proper function. This random one is different from the random. The random one stores your lambda functions. Random one stores your lambda functions. To call it, na, how you can call it with the random one. You can reassign any value to it. It is a variable, just a variable. See now. See. Sorry, it's random one. It's stored. Okay, so see. You have earlier stored the lambda function inside the random one variable. The random one is a variable. You have stored the lambda function inside that, so you can able to call this. Now you store the 88 value. This value has been overridden with 88, and 88 is stored inside this.
Sir,
Now you can,
that way we can say that random one is a function and also a variable at the same time.
you can also only call the random one as a function when you store your variable. Can be the thing that you have stored inside it. If the integer is stored inside, it will become integer. If you store the function lambda function inside it, it will work as a lambda function. See here, I have I have called like some values in the random one. Now it is calling what? It is a integer, and the object is not callable because we have override it to the 88. take a moment and understand what is happening. Don't want to go very fast, but we have to cover the topic as soon as possible. You can also use the more than two variable inside the lambda. It's not fixed that you have to use only. Let's say I define x and y, and I can say x plus y. It will also can store this, and you can use this. Sorry, 20 plus 50 11. See, you can 1, 2, 3. The same you guys. Okay, let's do the same. The simple interest question with the help of a lambda function. Try to execute that. It will work. So you can understand how it works. Yeah, that's correct. Simple interest. You don't have to store I. You only have to use. Okay, no worries. I can show you the same thing. No worries. PRT, three variables this time. Okay, I want to do P into so P into R G divided by 100. Try to use parenthesis. So first these function will execute it, and after that, okay, I have to pass three argument. It's 1,000 principal, 5 feet, and 3 years of time. Only have to do this. Only have to do this. No print statement has been required. That's why they will. That is a one-line expression, guys. You don't have to use SI again. PRT. It is should be as simple as that. So take a hint from this. So I want everyone to write this code and understand how the lambda function works, because after that we have to so complicated codes. जिसका नाम लिस्ट में नहीं है ना उसका चेक कर लेंगे, बाकी अटेंडेंस अब एंड में लेंगे, जिसकी अटेंडेंस रह गई है वो रुके, बाकी सब ना कंटिन्यू करें.
हेलो सर. हेलो.
अरे भाई कहाँ से सो के उठ रहे हो? जस्ट वेट फॉर योर विंड. वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी द टॉपिक.
ओके
Guys, we have studied the function. Now we covered our data types a little bit. We know about it, operators, variables, control statement, if else. We have studied the little bit of a loop, and we have done some functions. And now this is the time for the list. What is a list? We have studied the data types. Okay, these are the data types that we have studied, but there are one more thing that you need to study. That are your data structures. List is one of your data structures. What is a data structure? We can put any of our data type inside this data structure. Let me show you how. Let me create one list. To create some list, you have to create some list. What you have to do, you have to use this square bracket and your list is created. I can show you here. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 56, 88, 77. Now your list is created and I can check. I've already showed you now how to check anything. You can use the type, any data types and data structure, you can use the word type. Okay, fine. Now we can check the type of a data structure. This is your data structure. What is this? This is your data structure. Is this clear? The point is clear to you. What is the data structure?
Yes.
So one thing is very good about this data structure, that is a list. I can put any kind of a data type inside this. Let's say name, a boolean. Okay, name, boolean. What is the data type we haven't used? Guys, let me know. So we can able to store any kind of a data type inside this list. So this means the list, one of the very important property of the list is heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means can store more than one data type inside it. Fine guys, is it clear to you? Is this point clear? It can store your multiple values, have no limit. You can store as many as value inside the list. And how you create a list? By using just a square bracket, and you can put any element inside this, any data type inside this, using the commas after one by one. One is your integer, this is string, boolean, float, again integer. See, so list can able to do so many things inside this. So let me show you how to operate on the list, because you have to do so many things with the list. Len define some variable, run as score. How many score you have done in the cricket match? 67, 56, 77, 41, 58, 90. These are the lists I have defined only for the scores. Okay. What I want to do, I want to access, let's say there is thousands things are stored inside this. So I told you, na, don't try to message me personally. Don't try to message me personally. You can talk to the Bhumi and every other who's from the management. If you have any kind of a problem that your name in the nota list, they can add your name in the list. No worries, you can tell them in the main WhatsApp group. You don't have to message personally again and again, because they can add your name into the list. I can mark your present. No worries, and whoever attendance has been left, I'm gonna take care of that in the end. Let's complete the session. So let's say I want to access any kind of a only one element from the list. Let's say they are index. In the book, you have an index, 0 index, 1 index, 2. So I can say 0 index for this, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this. So I can access only the any one single element inside the list anywhere I want it to be. Anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4. Let's say I will provide the index 77. What it say? The index is out of range, means There is no 77, not even the 7th index, I think. Why? I can show you. Let's check the length of this list. We can use the length function. अभी मैंने बोला है, आप मुझे पर्सनली मैसेज क्यों कर रहे हो? मुझे पर्सनली मैसेज किसने किया है? सूरज प्रजापति, मैंने आपको बोला है अभी, आप मुझे पर्सनली मैसेज कर रहे हो। मैंने आपको बोला है आपका नेम, मैनेजमेंट से जिसने आपने फीस पे करी, आप उनको बोलो वो आपका नेम ऐड कर देंगे। आप ऐसे बार बार मुझे पर्सनल मैसेज मत करो। आई एम नॉट अथोराइज्ड टू ऐड योर नेम इन द लिस्ट बिकॉज समबडी एल्स इज हैंडलिंग। काइंडली ऐड मी इन अ ग्रुप। भाई मैं कैसे, आप, डू यू रियली थिंक आई हैव एडेड यू इन अ ग्रुप?
No, sir.
Messaging me, why are you personally messaging me? Because I am not here to edit the name in your list. I am here to attend your give you the lectures, can take a query on the kind of a problems you have. So don't text me personally, they can add you in the list. So you have pay your fees to somebody na, call that and message them to add your name so I can take your attendance. So what I can do, I can do the len of the score. Fine. So now maximum length of this list is 6. So the index it can take. Why is it going out of 6? Why? Because it is starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If we have a length 6 and start from 0, then it can go only up to 5. Is it clear? So if I put the 5 index inside this, it will give me the last one. Is it clear to you? So changed.
Sir, after 77, it count a space?
Yeah, well, it's changed. Like, it's right. No, it's fine. Let me show you something. You don't have to count every time what is the end. You don't have to use the length. You can just type the -1. It will start from the right side. Is it clear? -1, -2. See, it is going from right to left this time. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now the index are clear to you. What if I've already made a list of 1,000 person and somebody tell me, can you add one more name to the list? I'm not going to make the list again. What I can do, I can append, I can use the append function. I can use the append function and add a new score to the list. When the list is updated, let's see our list again. Call the list. See, the new score has been added. By default, it will end at the end. It will add. Yes, let me complete the topic, but you can ask the question for sure. Go on. That I am coming now. Let me complete the topic because you have the question like you are not. Let me complete the topic. Let me complete. Then I can. I'm saying the same thing. Let's say you want to add something. So you append function will only adding the thing at the end. Let's use some insert. What will insert gonna do? You can tell the insert I want to add something in the beginning. What is the index of the beginning?
Index 0.
0. Okay, let me add 0. My score is 99 because I want the highest score in the front as well. Front. So we can add the index wherever index we want it to. See, the 99 is scored to the end. Somebody asked me, sir, I want to add something in the middle. मैं क्या करूं? What can I do? So you can use the len function first. what is the length of it? Eighth, what will be the middle thing? 4 value here, 4 value here. After
Five.
0, 1, 2, 3, I think fourth index will be the fifth value. Well, sorry, fifth in the number. So I can add at the fifth some score, like let's say 60. Now we can use see our function. 60 will be added like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fifth we have taken. We should have taken the fourth. We have taken the fifth because it's fine. So fine, you can add wherever you want it to be. Is it clear?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Okay.
Sir, why the indexes start from 0? Why not 1, not 2? Why it is 0?
Let's go back to the historical time of 90s when the Python was created. We will gonna ask him why, and he will say the number system start from whole number system start from 0. So I will try to add that functionality to my Python. These things are not defined by me and you. These have already been defined. We have studied them because they are defined in such a way. We have to follow that pattern. So clear? So you are saying that they are starting the index at 0. They want to use a number line, because in a number line the number has starting from 0. The first number has been starting from 0. From 0 you can able to go left, -1, -2, -3, and from 0 you can go to positive side, 1, 2, 3, 4. They have created. I didn't know any answer about this question, but from the logical sense, if I have to use my mind, what I can think, okay, they have defined the 0. What if they want to go to the negative index? How they gonna put 0? Where they gonna put 0? And 0 will gonna take another space inside this. The person is very clever who has designed the Python. He has taken the 0 start as a starting index. So whenever somebody wants to access from the minus side, like from the right hand side, so it will able to access that. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So let's say you are saying, sir, I want to add the whole list. Why only 1, 2, 3, one number? What if I want to 100 scores to the 100 other scores that already exist inside this list? Let's make another list. New runs. Okay, let's make new runs. New runs are 41, 58, 53. Okay, this is the another list. Okay, the another list has been created. So let me use one another function. I want to add it to my already being score, new scores. I want to extend my list. So I can extend my list with the new list. What is the new list? New runs. Okay, new scores. What extend new runs? Okay. Runs code. Okay, runs code. Runs code. Okay. See, your list has been updated with the new list. You can able to merge two lists as well with this function. So guys, is this clear to you? So I can give you one more thing that you can use. Now I am iterating over range function. Can I do the iteration on the list? Is it possible? Let's try that out and try to print them. See, we can able to do the iteration. If I even can able to do the iteration, it means I can able to do so much more things. You can also print the whole list, the whole iteration in a single line like this. Okay. With using the AND function in your functionality in your print command. In the single line, you can print this. Yes, you can use this. So guys, can you make a list and find me the sum of those all the list? Now you don't have to use the input or any n. You have to make a list and do the iteration on that. I want you to find, sorry, not only one thing. It can be your homework or whatever you wanted to consider. I want you to find the length without using the len function. I want you to find average. Make a list and you find the sum. And I want you to find the maximum and the minimum. With only using the for loop and the list that you create, any list you can create, and you have to do these 5 questions on that. Can you do that? Every one of you don't have to use the len function. I want you to use the for loop logic and use to count something, only do through the iteration. You can use that. So if you can able to do that, it means you have a basic functionality. You have understood the basic.
You using a loop and finding these things.
Okay, let me write the question for you in a much sensible way. For I in the run score, count +1. Okay, it will count. Okay, it will count the length. Fine. It will count the.
Sir, for